Welcome back, y'all. My name is AJ, and I'm here to yap about Higurashi when they cried. Chapter 3. Fuck!
Chapter 4?
Chapter 4. HIMATSUBUSHI. I am once again joined by my straight man, Griffin. Say hello, Griffin.
I got my cat here.
Is that a euphemism?
No, my cat's here. Her name's Miko.
Miko?
Yeah, Miko.
Like a Miko girl?
On my bed. What?
Like a shrine maiden?
No. Spelled M-E-K-O.
Oh.
The raccoon in Pocahontas.
Why would you name your cat after the raccoon in Pocahontas?
Well, dude.
Colonizer. Colonizer. Colonizer.
He looks like a little raccoon.
The movie characters.
Mm.
Which is why Shifu is named Shifu.
I don't know, that's Shifu.
And why we wanted another one named Tai Lung.
But you got one Disney character and two DreamWorks characters.
Anyway! Last time, we learned the kid was kidnapped by the people we knew who was kidnapping all along.
Yeah, but Akasaka found out.
I'm gonna download my brain into Akasaka. So we can just get this over with.
Okay. Yeah, do it. See how it goes.
I had a restless night's sleep. I did nothing but turn over repeatedly during the night that seemed like it lasted for eternity. Even then, I eventually fell asleep at some point, not realizing how high in the sun the sky had risen. And then I noticed the phone was ringing. The time was almost 10:30 in the morning. It's clearly too late for a wake-up call.
Akasaka-san desu ka? Ohayou gozaimasu. Ooishi desu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Waking up to the sound of Oishi's voice was a little too much of a shock. My delicate ears were ringing, but thanks to the shock, I was suddenly wide awake.
Domo.
Moshi.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
ひょっとして今お目覚めですか？出張中とはいえ勤務時間には起きないといけませんよ。
Motion, is that a Cowboy Bebop reference?
まったくです。以後、気をつけます。
About time.
あなたの眠気をもう一つ覚ましてあげられるかもしれない話があります。ひなみ沢駐在所から届いた遺失物に興味深いものが混じっていたんです。
遺失物？
詳しい話はこちらにいらっしゃってからにしましょう。お昼前に来れますか？
いえ、すぐに伺います。
She knew what my mission was. Though she said it was the same thing that woke me up. It's hard to believe that would be irrelevant to me. Honestly speaking, judging by the information I was on yesterday, knowing that my car was really blown, I couldn't wander into from Hinamizawa carelessly. Whereas my investigation was in an impasse. With some information that could be pat my trails, and that would be nothing less than a stroke of good fortune. After vigorously washing my face, I pulled on my jacket and hailed a taxi heading towards Okonomiya police station.
Oh, 来た来た。
Oh wow, you teleported. That was
天
fast.
才ジャンシ様の到着だ。
遅くなって申し訳ありません。で、一体何が出たんですか？
Absolutely no intention of reminiscing about last night's Mahjong game, and we pressed to get to the torrent. Oishi anticipated I would act this way, cut the chase without any resistance.
先ほども申し上げましたが、今朝ひなみ沢の駐在所から遺失物が届きました。
Lost items that were turned over to the police box sent over to Okonomiya Station after the paperwork was filled out. Oishi pulled a plastic bag from my drawer and was laid into the label contents of my desk. Not the desk, not my desk.
財布ですか？
でしょうな。中には小銭はあってもお札はなかったもんなんで、スリが中身を抜いた後に捨ててったのかななんて思ったんですがね。最初は。
I didn't understand how this wallet, so removed from Tokyo, could possibly be related to the kidnapping. For the drawing Oishi's attention, how about you stop monologuing and let him finish his point? Maybe then you will learn. Stupid. That would be absurd. Convenient what happened. Then there would probably interest initials written on the wallet. The initials of the Toshiki Unyaka and the minister's grandson T.I. Thinking like at that point, suppose that this wallet was something that could get Ooishi's so excited. Fucking just let him get to the point! Stop thinking! Oh my god! I feel like this wallet was such an important thing, so I have my doubts about whether this was at any point in putting on gloves. However, I didn't want Ooishi's attention to go to waste, so I put them on. Ooishi opened up the plastic bag, pulled it out, showing me the back. I imagine there was initials engraved there. It was slightly more detailed than what I thought, with Toshiki I marked on it. Ooishi grinned at me with a look on his face that said, "See? Fucking let me finish before you go on an entire 2-minute long rant in your head. God damn." This wallet was irrelevant. It was nothing more than Ooishi's over-eagerness. You're bad at this job. The way this locale, the missing grams will be such a convenient timing. After all, the Onigofuchi Guardians wasn't related to the case in the first place. What? What?
Hmm?
He said the Guardians isn't related. The situation, how could I say this was definitely unrelated? Does he really not think they kidnapped him? Is he stupid? It's arrived in Hinamizawa. Wait, what? 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 Griffin!
Uh-huh.
What's going on? Griffin, say something!
Because he thinks that they're unrelated.
Did he say that last time?
Did he?
I don't know! I had to listen to my mother talk!
I don't know.
Yes, you do! Yes, you do!
I don't know.
Yes, you do! Look me in the eye!
How would I know?
You played the video game before!
I mean, he was just yapping the whole time, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Shut the fuck up! I can't be doing this right now. I can't. I'm being gaslit. Someone help me. I should open the wallet zipper, leaving the contents. Inside was a small change and a number of crumpled receipts. Ooishi from that jumble put out a fold card. Laying down, my heart stopped for a moment. It's a card from a dental examination. This is that kid, dumbass. That's what it says on the card. A perfect match. Dentist's location was in Tokyo. There's no need to explain any further. This was just a coincidence. How far was it from Tokyo to Hinamizawa? Right after taking the bullet train, the car will still take several hours. I read a wallet with a dental examination card for Tokyo inside a show in Hinamizawa. Could it belong to a I am squinting my eyes as far as they can go without them being outright closed right now, Griffin.
Ne?
Like, if you could just see the other disbelief on my face. Felt a shiver of electricity run up my spine. My pulse quickened and a thin film of sweat began to coat my entire body. You get using that a lot. Thin film of sweat. Ooishi's point of view was probably slack-jawed and spaced out with a solemn look on my face.
問い合わせましたか？
そりゃ赤坂さんの仕事でしょ。私はまだそこまでは。
この財布はいつ頃のものでしょうね。
拾ったのは村人です。昨日のことだそうで。
じゃなくて、この財布はいつ頃落ちたものでしょうね。
ここいらに雨があったのはちょうど先週7日前。中身が水にやられた様子はないから、最長で6日前からでしょうね。
この財布の存在は署内で誰が知ってます？
初期対応のひなみ沢駐在所の警官、それから遺失物対応で係が 2,3 人、あとは私とあなた。内緒の事件と関係があったらまずいでしょ。ベラベラとは喋ってないつもりですよ。
電話を借りていいですか？
どうぞどうぞ。外線は0発信から。
Griffin, don't send me this! What is What is happening? Shut up, creepy cicadas! Stop stop playing that music!
A creepy taser.
Stop it! Stop it right now! There was no mistaking that the possibility the Oguchi Defense Alliance related to case was the oh, I guess that's a different translation. I guess that's a different translation.
There's no restating. No, this is the same. This is 07th one.
No, because it says Defense Alliance instead of the Guardians, which they've been using the entire time.
Oh, this might have been an earlier translation.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fucking, it's the same thing, whatever. I just, at first I was like, don't tell me the difference of the words has any meaning. Right. Griffin, I need you to say yes or no for this one. Defense Alliance and Guardians is the same thing. I can check my fucking own video.
Yeah,
what am I doing?
It's the same thing.
Okay. You would not continue your gaslighting assault on me today, mister. Okay. You might post something absurd. Okay. That
What are we learning here?
I'm gonna shoot myself. Station cards inside the wall from the Grand Severin behind time guys possible could just left with us. That was a big pile of coincidence. Are you just so hard in denial because you're in a fear for your life? There wasn't any strong evidence. Rather than all this circumstantial proof, the content of the phone call I was about to make would have much greater meaning.
はい、お待たせしました。中川歯科です。
Hi! Yes! It is that kid, you dumbass! She just hangs up.
どうも。こちらは沖宮署です。実は、お財布の落とし物がありまして、所有者の連絡先を探しております。ご協力をいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。お財布の中に、そちら様の診察カードが入っておりまして。ええ。氏名は、犬飼俊樹くんです。カードの番号を申し上げますので、電話番号をお調べいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。ええ。ありがとうございます。お願いできますか。
The receiver pulled out a notebook from my breast pocket with my free hand. I went up to the page with a grandson's address and phone number and recorded on it.
どうもすみません。はい。お願いします。
Compare the phone number written in the notebook to the one that was being read out to the other end of the line. During that process, I turned around to look behind me uneasily. Locked eyes with Ooishi. Ooishi looked puzzled, wondering what the matter was. Why would I feel uneasy and look behind me? That's because the person on the end of the line was reading out the numbers as though straight from my notebook. Seeing that HQ was in quite an uproar thanks to my report. No matter how many times the authentic evidence I had linked to the grandson was called into question, I responded it was the truth. It is convenient to find that right there. When the investigator first picked up the phone, I was good about the evidence I found was almost too good to be true, if I do say so myself.
So I think that the revelation here, which is like, you know, that the minister's grandson being kidnapped was not expected. Like, or like the Onigafuchi Guardians doing this was not expected.
They were literally like, even
yeah.
I'm like, well, they're the ones raising hell to protect their town, so like, I'm not sure who else they would think would be the top priority.
Like, it could be any number of domestic terrorists, or like, because like their rationale is like, this is a group of like maybe like 10 people running this, of like a group of maybe 50 total people at this protest in this back-ass water town with less than 2,000 people, like in the town. There's no way they would have the resources to actually kidnap the Minister of Construction's grandson. That's
Always Sunny Philadelphia title card plays. Let's kidnap the minister's grandson.
Yeah. So they expected any number of other crime organizations to be involved in this, outside of the rednecks in the, you know, southernmost tip of like Japan.
Maybe it's lived experiences, but I would always fear the rednecks in the southernmost part of a country first.
Like the people who like no one fucking hears from them ever.
Until they become Nazis.
Yeah. So that's the revelation. Like that's where he's like, there was an uproar about my report.
Yeah.
Literally no one.
Like, are you
Tokyo.
fucking serious? Oh, that's
Literally
why,
no one.
that's why they
Tokyo.
sent the rookie to that one.
Exactly. They sent the rookie because like he's not gonna find anything. He's just gonna fucking go around for like 3 days, and then that's why his boss was trying to hurry him back, because his boss was like, "You're not gonna find anything there."
It's like, yeah, he's here. Yeah, I have him. Oh.
He what?
Yeah, I kidnapped him. What?
What? Yeah, I found his wallet here, and they're like,
I'm now
"Can't fucking."
I'm a damn antagonist now. Stop the damn.
Damn antagonist.
I'll shoot this fucking child, I swear to God.
You convinced me. Sorry, boss.
This little girl made me.
Yeah.
Who
That's
the fuck is
why
this?
it's like, I know from our perspective, like he's being he's being dense, but like he didn't even expect there to be anything here.
But he was told last night.
He was told last night. Oh, about the from Sato.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the report that he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. What was this going? The Seavers finally head over to the section chief. Hinamizawa? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really? Yes, really!
A place with literally less than 2,000 residents.
Why don't you ever suspect the rednecks?
Oh no, it's fucking 1980s or 1970s Japan.
It was pre-January 6th.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking domestic terrorism doesn't exist yet.
Please back me up. I don't feel safe here. Sending Kano the head. Kano and the head of the responsibility on Goshi Guardian somehow implicit in the kidnapping. Somehow, maybe. A fellow Delta unit lead investigator who once trusted had verified the impotence of his eyes, but still going to be skeptical about it.
どうでした？
本庁から増援が出発するそうです。私は現地調査を命じられました。財布の落ちていた場所はどこなんです？
高津戸のあたりだそうです。ここが沖宮。ずーっと行ってここがひなみ沢で、さらに上流にぐーっと上がっていくとこの辺が高津戸です。
I'll show you in the wall point on location on the map. This place called Takasoto was even more remote than Hinamizawa was.
高津戸界隈はほとんど民家なんかありませんよ。昔の廃村です。無人の家屋が点在するなんとも寂しいあたりですね。
大石さん、高津戸へ案内してもらうことはできますか？
構いませんよ。赤坂さんお一人ではなかなか自由にひなみ沢に出入りはできないでしょうからね。無論また野球帽とマスクをしてもらうことになりますが。
I need you to wear this outfit to blend, and then he gives him the KKK outfit. Sato's silence information was believed by government blown. When sure the villagers have realized the fresh meat dispatch of public safety with the tourists that had to visit the village yesterday. In other words, moi. Besides, they had noticed it would be overly optimistic.
I was curious, so I went to look it up. There's on Wikipedia, there's a total of 7 recordings of domestic terrorism events before 1978.
No.
7.
How many afterwards?
More.
Enough.
Yeah.
So he's the Keno's grandson. Also, he couldn't get out to Takasoto without passing through Hinamizawa first. Those several conditions made the area all the more important. And they couldn't brush it off any longer. It was no longer in doubt the Onagafuchi Guardians and someone hired by them was involved in the kidnapping. That was the case. The fact that Swallow was fine might have been leaked to them. And they even knew how the public safety division was operating. I'm in danger. The case of Waller could be something they did not know. In that case, the possibility the enemy was lying in wait. Divide alone in enemy territory, surrounded by enemy territory to say, at least require an amount of courage, nay, suicidalness that I just did not have.
大石さんの動向がなければ そうおいそれと踏み込めない村でしたので、ご協力いただけて本当に助かりました。正直なところ、またお金を要求されるのではと思ってましたよ。
それは正直を言えば、ひなみ沢なんか好き好んで行きたがないですからね。運賃でも弾んでもらいたい気分ですが。でも一緒にタコを囲んだ友人の頼みとあれば断るわけにはいきませんしね。
Please get out my face. As he pounded me on the back. Back shots of Ooishi. I need to jump ship rather than have any sort of sense of duty towards his job. So that doesn't really matter. Right now, I really appreciated the gesture.
では早速出してもらえますか。
The enemy knew that the police had obtained the wallet. And then we probably have moved the hostage to a different place. It wasn't a moment to lose. Away! Da 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 da! Wish you would have regard to the fact we're about to head out. Began to remove his jacket.
何をしてるんですか。
The one always in his arm?
まあ用心ですよ。家中の栗を拾うなら相応の用意が必要と思いましてね。あなたも来ます。
What you pulled from the drawer below his desk was a stab-proof vest. They have a bulletproof one too. No, do I look American, do you? No. His name was Toshiki Inokai, the grandson of the Minister of Construction Inokai. Only one reason for him being here. If you didn't include gym or art classes, the grades were above our average. That was the result of having private tutoring sessions twice a week. If you omitted the fact that he still couldn't do pull-ups, there wasn't much else that would make him hate school. Bitch. Of course he understood so well the grandfather wasn't a cabinet minister. Also knew that too many people were that interested in their relationship. He didn't like to go out of his way to bring up his grandfather or call the minister of construction. Finally had life tired no more about where work the minister of construction did to your average Joe. It was a tale that was when you try to make your best life better for the masses. Sometimes he made a few enemies. He knew that all too well from the time he spent as a class representative. His grandfather had many enemies. He knew that he might be personally catch some of that fallout, so he had twice as cautious. He was taught that by his parents. That's why in the moment he was kidnapped, he instantly knew this was on one of those occasions. Must be fun to have those thoughts as a fucking child. First and rather, Toshiki Inukai, the grandson of Minister of Construction.
What thoughts? What do you mean?
Have you not been listening to me?
I looked away for a minute.
Do it again, I wasn't looking. He's basically saying, the moment I got kidnapped, I knew why, when, how it was happening, because I've had to been installed. That, yeah, you being the minister's grandson makes you a target.
Yeah.
You have to live with that reality. Live the reality that there are enemies out there who would hurt you just for being related to someone. So easily. He's taken hostage, of course, his grandfather, the minister. There was no doubt about that. I didn't know exactly what the Minister of Construction did, but it was easy to imagine that it was beginning from threatening him. He respected his grandfather more than most. He honestly believed that his own grandfather was in the top 20 most people in Japan. Exactly why he wouldn't forgive him whether he tried to threaten his beloved grandfather. More loyally, everyone would have used him as a tool to threaten his grandfather. Blech. His grandfather was really busy and rarely had time to meet with relatives. That's why, what little time he did manage to scrape together, he just dropped by unannounced. As an apology for not being able to meet there in years for summer vacation, he doted on his grandson very, very much. The number of times that Toshiki was looked upon with disregard just because his grandfather was a politician and minister certainly weren't few. But never thought that once he wanted his grandfather to quit being a politician. Because it was his beloved grandfather. He wanted to continue his career as long as possible from the bottom of his heart. I love politicians! I love politicians, Charlie! Grandfather called him the apple of his eye, was surely suffering. Might do anything to save his grandson. He put aside his ideology as required to save his grandson. He might cave into the culprit's demand and been saving his grandson. Ryukishi, do you have an editor yet?
He does not.
Current situation is able to forgive the cowards to make him his beloved grandfather suffer by using such bastardly methods. That feeling swelled inside of him, displacing the fear. What he thought at first was something any boy would imagine. Get out of the bonds, beat up the bad guys, and then fucking kill them. Just all the brave heroes in the manga read passed through the back of his mind. His imaginary scenario slipped his bonds easily, flowed like a butterfly to evade his captor, and stinging like a bee to bring them down. In the end, it was nothing more than his silly fantasy, but with his vision obstructed and unable to do anything, it was something that he couldn't get more than an anime at the moment. In actuality, he's enjoyed these little scenarios in his head for a long period of time to stand up. His captors really hadn't done anything to them that they would feel sorry for. However, eventually he began to grow tired of his fantasies, and more realistic scenarios began running through his head, then realized none of them were a solution. Yes, he wanted to do something for his grandfather was being threatened, but I'm fucking 10 years old. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Let me help here place was the thing he least forbidden, and also the most vexing. Then he noticed. There was a much simpler way he could save his grandfather without having to beat up any of the despicable captors. That was to remove himself as a hostage. That is just to leave! Why didn't I think about that, stupid? I have an idea. Let's leave! But the only door is locked, and the only way out of this building is through the perfume department. Let's do it. If he'll behave, no ill will befall him. Eliza gave him such a strong sense of courage. And carrying his train of thought this far, he let him run to the course of natural conclusion. Let's go seeking to escape. Ears stuffed with spun-like materials, acting as a makeshift earplugs. And actually don't have to make any sound. He could overhear everything his captors were saying. Realizing this was the way they managed, even when the captor spoke to him, he acted like he couldn't hear them due to the earplugs. At least he's a smart kid. Captor, thinking he couldn't hear the conversation, talked about all sorts of things without any reservations. Thanks to that, he was able to obtain various pieces of information, like where the nearest Wendy's was. First of all, this wasn't Tokyo. It seemed this was a quite distance away. On top of that, in the countryside, not so deep in the mountains. It also seemed that his captor was inconvenienced living out here, so he deduced this place was far removed from any sort of town. Finally, whenever they went to buy food supplies, they would always take a car. That caused him some dismay, because he knew the method he learned at school of running around blindly while shouting for help wouldn't work here. Pause this little mental escape scenario there. The goal was to find somebody who would help him. Somebody who fit that description wasn't close by. His chance of escaping grew successfully slim. A desolate, far-off land deep in the mountains, a place where you can go shopping without using a car. In this situation, escaping would be little itsy-bitsy difficult. He grew depressed, and after a little while, he returned to his original scenario. After becoming a hero like a manga, he ran and beating down his captives became his respite. However, as he played those solutions on his head, his heart hating surrender continued to search for a way to escape. And then he thought of a plan. If the goal was far away, then all he had to do was get closer. His goal, in a nutshell, was to find someone who would help him. In other words, somebody other than his captors. Yeah! He faked being sick. His captors had to take him to the hospital and bring him to a doctor. They were probably reluctant to do that. They already knew that, and the hospital was just more important than anything else. If something happened, like him dying occurred, they wouldn't be able to threaten anybody anymore. Alright, I have an idea. Stab yourself in the stomach. Fake serious illness. So at the end of last year, he was involved in a car accident and had to undergo surgery. The scar from that surgery was still clearly visible in his lower torso. He recalled the pain and suffering from that time. This and that experience would make a huge impact on the realism of his performance. He was quite confident in his ability to fake an illness. Captain's first decided he needs to use the washroom. Tying on his arms, so he bring him there while he was sitting blindfolded. He didn't try to get up. His hands now free to clutch his abdomen as he writhed in agony.
おい、どうしたんだ腹でも痛いのか
He set his earplugs in so he pretended he didn't hear his captors asking the question. He was able to nod, about to nod, so he hurriedly had to stop himself.
どったんね
小僧が腹を押さえてるよ。腹痛かな
Captors looked down and suffered for a bit. One of them proposed a course of action when the latest doubts that Toshiki might be faking it.
どったんね坊主腹痛むんかい
そいつ耳を塞いでるから聞こえてないぜ。
参ったんな腹痛に効く薬なんかあらんね薬局行って買ってくるか
腹痛って言ったっていろんな薬があるだろう。症状がわからないうちはいい加減な薬は買えないぜ。
腹押さえてるし、便秘やん。便秘薬でも買ってくれば収まるやんね。
Just get him all the laxatives.
間違って飲んでも死なんしな。
決めつけるなよ。盲腸とかかもしれないだろう。俺のおじさんがさ、昔急になったことあってよ。あれはかなりビビったぜ。
The captor's leaned over the boy's side, the boy who was bent over in agony.
かわいそうにな。全身汗だらけじゃないかよ。腹か？痛むのか？おいおい、痛むんならあんまり抑え込んじゃかえって悪いぞ。
Realizing his captors were concerned about his stomach, he inadvertently let his shirt right up, letting the scar from his surgery come into plain view. His vision was still obscured with packet tape, so he can see their reaction to his scar. But his captors were taken aback, and judging from the momentary silence, he obtained the reaction he was looking for. Smart kid. Get the points.
やばいぜ。この手術跡はそんなに昔のものじゃないぜ。
その小僧、熱出てるんかいね。体温計あるん？
I was gonna raise
あるわけねえよ。でもすごい汗だぜ。おでこは結構熱いと思う。緊張状態が続くとさ、昔の傷なんかに応えたりするって聞いたことあるぜ。
じゃあどうすんよ。
We're deep shit if they find out that
何の手術跡か知らないけど、とにかくまずいだろう。下手すると命に関わるぜ。
まずいんて。これは本当にまずいんて。
医者に見せた方がいい。このままじゃ突然ぽっくりいっちまう可能性だってあるだろう。
Toshiki Unakai, with those few words, the situation was progressing exactly as envisioned, and sticking himself on the inside, pressed his act even further. He didn't even need to know that his captors were panicked or running around like chickens with their heads cut off in the troublesome turn of events.
診療所連れて行くか。
そりゃまずい。
good.
先生を連れてくる方がいいね。
入江の先生か？いいのか？大丈夫か？
人質に何かあったらまずんね。しゃあない。緊急事態やん。
Captors hurriedly left with the car. One of the men, completely shaken up at this point, wiped some sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief. It looks like they were bringing in a doctor. Oh no, they're bringing the diddler. Doctor was his goal. He was someone he should seek help from. Captain were probably worried that was happening. Be prepared for it. So I'll come down to luck. Some of the sweat emerging from his brow was as nervousness. Oh my god, thank you, no longer a black screen. Ugh. The eyes were torn off. The burning light that was searing for the first time in several days hurt his eyes. That the gag in the mouth made it hard for breathe was also removed.
大丈夫か小僧。今お医者を連れてくるからな。しばらく我慢してろな。
Doctor was coming. The doctor was coming. Now he was going to ask for help, and he was going to get away from his captors. Plethora thoughts began swirling around his mind.
わかってると思うが、お医者に余計なことは言うなよ。俺たちも別にお前に乱暴がしたいわけじゃないんだ。そりゃわかってる
I
よ
just
な。
saw what you sent me, Griffin.
Yeah.
Toshiki nodded while feigning pain and obedience. His expression set an enemy's expectations. Whether they doubted he was faking an illness or not, they knew his goal was, and they would try to stop it. His stomach contracted from the stress of the gamut, making it seem like his stomach really was starting to hurt. No, it really was. But there was no reason to panic. Fail with his approach to the doctor, there was nothing to lose. There was something to lose, it was his method of faking illness to get in touch with a doctor. I need to hurt myself. Think about a mess from here on out, it wasn't much. This is his only chance, but at present, this was the easiest and most dramatic way he could think of. The more he thought about it, the more it looked like this was his first and last gambit. Eventually he heard the sound of a car approaching once again. The diddler's here. The sound of the car doors being hurried open and shut. The sound of several footsteps approaching. A man in a white medical coat. Acknowledged the voice, a suspicious look showed itself on his face.
彼は村の子じゃありませんね。
Captors didn't respond. Far from the looks of it, the young doctor realized this was an abnormal situation. When the captors talked threateningly.
先生には関係のないことです。
While the doctor and the captors silently glared at one another. However, unable to stand aside of the boy continuing to suffer, the doctor, as his captors hoped, didn't press any further.
その古い手術跡というのが気になります。何の手術でしたか？
そりゃわからないです。
本当は診療所に連れ帰るべきなんですがね。
先生、そりゃさすがにちょっと。
Leading the boy back to the clinic, but the cat simply shook their heads in notion. With fleeting hope, but it was only natural the captors would refuse. The moment his eyes met with the doctor's. Then that the boy's painful stare was unnormal, the doctor suspected it was a serious illness.
大丈夫ですか？
Please get out of my face, EDA.
私は医者です。この手術跡はいつ頃のものですか？
去年の冬に事故で。
事故？そうですか。参ったな。
Couldn't let the doctor figure out that he was faking it here. He had somehow figured out it was best to keep this going until the doctor was being confirmed and needed help.
患部を少し触りますよ。痛むところがあったら言ってくださいね。
So now it's extremely painful, the doctor crossed his arms and began to ponder. And somehow to get himself to a hospital. Toshiki, faking his illness was the performance of a lifetime. Haha, you have a big forehead with this angle.
Eh, 皆さんもご苦労さんなことです。お暑いでしょうが、せいぜい頑張ってくださいよ。不法投棄のダンプが現れたらすぐにご連絡ください。急行いたしますのでね。
ご協力感謝しますよ、大石さん。どうぞ。
Got bright enough for a single car was open up in the barricade. She saw his gratitude for his threatening attitude with a sharp beep of a horn rolled the car forward through the checkpoint.
Burger.
This time, my appearance was the very embodiment of the word sus. Baseball cap, mask, and sunglasses. On top of that, even though it was sweltering, I was wearing a hoodie, and any respectable police officer would load me not to stop me for questioning. I may have overcautious, knowing that well that my face was known. Might have been ready too late to have any use. Using an excuse, I doffed an over hot hoodie and windbreaker, ripped up the mask and hat, threw them to seat behind me.
ありゃ？いいんですか？
こんな小細工したところで、どうせ割れているでしょうから。
そりゃまあそうでしょうな。
Well, she probably thinking my unexpected behavior was funny, continued to laugh. Beautiful, pristine scenery here in Mizawa spread out before me. The village itself would be quite beautiful if it weren't for the complicated circumstances around it at the moment. I would actually love to take Yuki here for a drive one day. Come to think of it, I didn't get a chance to call her last night. Played around with the idea in my head. In reality, this village wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I heard everything at the prefectural headquarters. At the heart of this village, the intelligence network of the three families was due to blood ties and regional relationships unbelievably well organized. Their nets sorted not just Himazawa itself, but encapsulated the entire city of Shishibone as well. When I first heard this, somewhere in Risa's mind, I didn't take it completely seriously. How could a local organization out in the boonies have something so grandiose? I couldn't deny it somewhere in the back of my mind. I had ridiculed the thought. But not only were they really threatening to the minister, they had demonstrated that they complete grasp on our movements, which were supposed to be top secret. They were almost like the secret police that controlled a small Eastern European country in some spy novel. Villagers here would have been bat an eye getting their hands dirty when finding the damn project. So here's something that this prefectural headquarters. Now you mention it, when I first arrived here, Oishi thought this place was a war zone, didn't he? The residents of the village were at the same time freedom fighters. Although by definition, they were no different than guerrillas or militia. They weren't protected by the Geneva Conventions, so fucking let's mustard gas them. It's more a quagmire than the nature will do it for them soon enough. Because Oishi was with me. If I was to leave this car for even something as trivial as looking for a vending machine, there would be a chance I would not return. As no single shot had been fired, this was a battlefield. No, the reason why bullets weren't flying was simply because it was hard for a civilian to obtain a gun in Japan. So they were probably just equipped for other reasons other than guns that are easier to obtain. But I wish he was wearing that stab-proof vest, wasn't he? This works on London rules.
赤坂さん、緊張してます。
I'm taking my chances with a knife and a gun. Fact, I was apprehensive, of course, picked up by Ooishi. Really figured it out, there was no point trying to deny or hide it.
もちろんです。敵の本拠地にたった2人で乗り込んでいるんですよ。この人数では万一の時が不安です。
万一の時？な大丈夫ですよ。
この村の人間すべてが敵ではありませんでしたが、全員が口裏を合わせれば、この村で白昼堂々殺人が起こっても証拠一つ残らない、そういうところだと聞いていますよ。
Everybody wants to be my enemy, me. Why aren't you singing with me?
The fuck do you mean that 07th expansion has a VTuber? What the hell?
Is it Burn?
No, it's some kind of
Poking bear.
ひなみ沢地区へ向かうと同僚に言い残してますしね。万一の時は無線機もありますし。
I thought you said ratio, not radio. In worst case, we get ratio.
そう簡単には完全犯罪はできませんよ。まあ、もちろん油断をしないに越したことはありませんがね。赤坂さん、緊張しすぎですよ。前にご一緒してた時の方がリラックスしてらしたじゃないですか。な。
Oh, well, never mind. Their news post that it's like 70% done.
まあ、本当の本当にやばくなったら。
If the English translation is done.
桜の大門にはこいつがありますから。
Like your mom. Another image of a gun, bang.
役に立ちますか？
撃った後の後始末云々が怖くなければ、実に
Oh no, I
心
can't
強い
aim for
ですよ。
shit. Oh, well, that's comforting.
And then
There was quite a number of stipulations. You had to be prepared for a long probationary period afterwards. Definitely wasn't worth it. So even if officer didn't unholster his gun, there was actually one who pulled the trigger, unless you're American.
赤坂さんは持ってるんですか？これ。
まあ、一応。
撃ったことは？
ありますよ。訓練で、ですがね。
そりゃそうでしょうな。
なら大石さんにはあるんですか？
私ですか？なまさかあるわけないじゃないですか。
What was this? I was laughing at me because he had experience. The two of us laughed together.
銃口を向けたこともありませんがね。銃口を向けられたことなら何度かありますよ。銃口を覗かされるだけで寿命が3年は縮むな。
Even never fired a gun before. Couldn't even begin to compare the amount of experience Oishi had over me. At a time like this, can I marvel against how reliable Oishi seemed? What a fucking die.
そういえば日の高いうちにこっちには来たくなかったな。でも車道はここを抜ける以外ないし。赤坂さん、念のためもう一回マスクで顔を隠してください。
どうしたんです？
冷房がうるさいから聞こえないかな？切りますよ。窓を開けてみてください。
Open the window. A blast of hot air blew inside. Ah! Ah! Ow! And I could hear angry yelling coming far away. The moment the forest gave way to the other side of us and the view expanded suddenly. It's the dam. Seen the Himazawa Dam construction grounds. The very front line of Himazawa village. Crackling barrel, someone's voice sounded out the enormous loudspeaker. The roar of angry voices continued to rumble. The incredible volume had become a veritable sound cannon spewed out of intermission. The prefabricated site office was surrounded by 2 sets of high fences laced with barbed wire. Lying in front of those fences were riot police in their vehicles. And surrounding all were the villagers. How they howled their protests against the dam as a single entity.
お、今日は少ないですね。ついてます。
少ないんですか？
ええ、多い時だと道路までいっぱいになりますよ。うちうち車も通れません。
So from intensity, it looked like to me there was more people here than it actually was, but upon close question, there's more than 50 to 70 of them. But the 6 or 7 propaganda trucks lined up looked like they belonged to a band of thugs, was strange enough sight. Villagers were also wearing helmets and bandanas, as well as covering their faces with masks, adding to the oddity of it all. Propaganda trucks, after burying their chorus, had their volumes turned up even higher and began to flood the area with sutras. Dato's noise was downright violent would be an understatement. From this distance, it was still this loud. The glass in the office was probably rattling from the noise.
あれをガンガンやられるとたまんないんですよね。昨日の連中、全員耳栓してて、それでも耳がおかしくなるそうです。気の毒な話です。
騒音規制でなんとかできないんですか？
うちの県には騒音規制に関する規定ね、ないんですよ。それにほら、お経でしょ。宗教活動規制できないし、連中も頭いいんです。
That's what I think Ooishi said. Actually, no matter how tightly the window was shut, the booming sound of the sutra still filled the car. Couldn't even hear what Ooishi was sitting right next to me was saying. That's why he was speaking very loudly. Car approached the line of propaganda trucks. The blare became difficult to bear. It wasn't enough to just plug my ears with fingers. I had to hold my head to keep my skull. Oh wow, must be really fucking loud then. Holy shit. Probably understood a Himazawa village much quicker. I knew they wouldn't blink an eye, sacrifice themselves in order to protect their hometown. So goddamn noisy. Shut up, shut up, shut up! My head throbbed. It felt like it was going to split apart. My eardrums cackled. On top of it, it felt like I was going to throw up. The road crowded with strong of squatters, the propaganda trucks, and the riot vehicle of police. There was no easy way to get by. Even if you tried to shoot a squatters away with a car horn. They were also wearing earplugs, obviously oblivious to the noise in the outside world. Wouldn't move. The car only inched forward at a snail's pace. Even then, the car eventually got through, starting to leave the 2-minute noise behind.
ほら、昨日一緒に麻雀やったメンツにお年寄りさんいたでしょ。覚えてます？
Yeah, can you tell me his name? I remember that there was an older person that exactly minced the words. The guy that Ooishi called old man.
いらっしゃいましたね。
彼ね、第一航空の現場監督さんなんですよ。あそこのプレハブの中でイライラしながら仕事をなさってるんでしょうね。お気の毒なことです。
あれが毎日ではたまったものではないでしょう。
耐えかねて辞めちゃう人が後を絶ちません。
I don't blame him.
まあ、その度にお給金がアップしてるんで、なんとも言えませんが。
In view of all that noise and hostility, still made a wage that Ooishi found enviable.
ちくしょう、こいつら。聞こえてるのか聞こえてないのか。
A group of squatters were in the way of the car. Ooishi, softly annoyed, laid into the horn, but it's no indication that they were moving anytime soon. It's thin, they could not even hear a car horn. Did he hear it and being malicious? It's like the riot police nearby. They would make people move, but just happened so there wasn't any around.
もう、ちょいと待っててください。
Ooishi opened up the door. Hot air, even more heated, the roar of the crowd spilled into the car. She said something as he grinned widely, but I couldn't hear what it was. He was getting them to move. Something like that. She stepped out of the car and closed the door. The dim faded slightly. I stepped blanket where she headed towards a group of people and started some sort of conversation. Maybe find the minister's grandson in Takasoto. Or at least someone find him there. Find him and slip the correspondence of this incomprehensible village. I could only pray. A moment of shadow was suddenly cast over me. Somebody was standing right outside the passenger side window, blocking the sunlight. Better not be Rika. I spun around, looked up, and realized who the backlit figure was. Hey, what did I just fucking say? By the way, Rika, there's a frostbite dragon behind you. There's a fucking frostbite dragon behind you. Yeah, I know. I'm friends with it. What about it?
I'm one of the wizards.
Wait, you're the one that summoned it but can't put it away? Then what's the point? It makes me smile. Isn't that enough in life? Fucking. Did I tell you to fucking get out of this town too?
Bad at listening.
It was a girl. It was Frederica. Or was it Rika or was it someone else? The girl stared at me with a bored look in her eyes. No justification for it. I felt like I'd been found out by something I should have been found out. Haha, I'm in danger! Filled silence, I raised my hand, modified me greeting. Of course, there was no way she heard my small voice in this clamor. And then she should have seen me wave my hand in greeting. Hi! Despite of that, simply stared down with me with a cold look on her face. At a moment, the noise and heat spread through the car once again. Ooishi returned to the driver's seat. Hey, that little girl's freaking me the fuck out. Sorry to move aside with glare in our way.
お待たせしました。行きましょうか。ん?
Ooishi registered figured a girl behind me. One of the villagers came over and picked her up. The manner of it's dangerous, so get away. That she whispered one or two words, however I couldn't hear any of it.
さて、行きましょうかね。飛ばしますよ。もちろん、法定速度遵守で。
As the shake off the still audible angry voices, Ooishi floored the grass. Along with the roar and the din of the shouting, the villagers and the girl quickly disappeared behind us.
この先を抜けると高津戸地区です。銃撃戦の覚悟は大丈夫ですか？安全装置外すの土壇場でとちらないでくださいよ。
She laughed mockingly again. I was more concerned with what the girl had said, however I was vaguely bothered by it. What was she trying to say with that apathetic and candid expression?
今から緊張したって仕方ないですよ。むしろ収穫がなくて勇み足って可能性だって十分にあるんですから。
There was no longer a way to confirm what the girl had tried to tell me. I bet that the girl who warned me to go back to Tokyo again, or else saying to me who was here now during that warning.
警告したのに、バカなやつ。
I had a feeling she'd said something like that. I missed you too.
Is that the end of the chapter?
No, that's too short. If you recall, Himazawa, a rather lonely village, and Takusudo was outright desolate. For everyday city boy like me, I could just understand why anyone would force themselves to live here. There was signs that people had, but they were all covered in dust or enveloped in ivy, indicating that it was all abandoned.
Jeez, why does anybody live in a way different than me?
まあ、昔の話でしょうな。こんな偏僻なとこじゃ年寄りには辛いですし、若者だってもう少しまともな土地に住みたいでしょうしね。後を継ぐ者がいなきゃ最後にはこうなるってことでしょうな。
There was no personal attachment to the village. Seeing the disused buildings made me feel a little sentimental. It seemed that I wish she also felt the same way.
こんなところで財布が発見されたんですか？財布の取得者もよくこんなに偏僻なところに通りかかったものですね。
ああ、村人には山の中に畑を持ってる連中がいましてね。そういう連中は朝晩ここを通りますから。
畑仕事の村人たちは早朝や夕方にここを徒歩で通ると。
まさか。行けるところまでは車で行くでしょうな。
早朝や夕方にこんなところを走行して落ちているたった一つの財布を発見できます？
できたんでしょうな。
取得者はどこで取得したと言っていますか？
もう少し先を行ったところにある茂みです。取得者はたまたまお腹が痛くなってちょいと茂みで用を足そうと思ったらしい。それで偶然見つけたらしいんですよ。中にちり紙でも入ってるのを期待したんですかね。
話ができすぎているように感じます。財布発見の当初からそういう違和感が拭えません。
Yeah. It was a feeling that I had from the start of the day, quite frankly. Seemed to know good to be true. It was the one bravery proof. But it was too perfect, sickeningly so. That was my feeling.
できすぎってな、案外当たってるかもしれませんよ。
というと？
実は四課のお友達からちょいと聞いたんですがね。園崎お涼が大臣の孫の誘拐事件について言及したって話なんです。
言及した？
大臣の孫ももう誘拐されてから何日にもなってかわいそうだ。そろそろ解放されるといいなと。そう、お涼のばあさんが縁側でぼそりとつぶやいたってな話らしいんです。で、そのぼそりが園崎家の裏の裏のあちこちに伝えられてるようです。
Right, I heard something earlier from Sato-san, the informant. The leader Oryo had concerned someone in the family would be considerate.
つまりそれは
They haven't told us exactly how
実質
Sato
上の
learned that
人
information,
質
right?
解放命令ですか？
私はそう思ってます。この出来すぎの財布発見は
You'd be interested to know
孫を
the
警
answer.
察に引き
Could be a
渡
few
すための
things.
イベントじゃないか。
Probably
どうして人
inside
質の
man
解放
or
を？
somehow he has to place bugs. The
そ
information
りゃ
like
人
that,
質を
that
解放
can't
するなんて
be
理
easy.
由は一つしかないじゃ
He's
な
a
いですか。
foreman for a
None.
project on the
取
dam.
引
I
の
don't
成
know.
立ですよ
Like,。
ひなみ沢ダム計画の
honestly,
中
it kinda
止
sus.
を大臣が約束ってことですかね。
ダム計画なんて必ずなく
Get
な
out
っ
my head,
ちゃい
Vika.
ますのです。
Moment those words the girl said resurfaced in the back of my mind. In the end, it was turning out exactly as she proclaimed. The young girl knew the circumstances. She knew everything about this kidnapping incident from the beginning to the end.
赤坂？
The girl unexpectedly called my
なん
name.
だい？
東京へ帰れ。あなたはもう幾ばくもしないうちにこの村に来たことをひどく後悔することになる。それがあまりにもみすぼらしくて気の毒な姿だから今のうちから警告してあげているのです。
どうして私が後悔することになる？
Why are we having a
い
Naruto
ちいちうる
flashback?
さいな。あなたの親はあなたが赤信号の横断歩道の真ん中にいるときどうして危ないのかを全部説明し終えるまであなたの手を引っ張らないの？引っ張るでしょ。まず歩道まで連れ戻してからなぜ危険なのかを解くでしょう。つまりはそういうこと。
Girl knew everything from the start, finish, and warn me in the beginning. Go home.
赤坂の小上がり。
孫は無事見つかるでしょうが、その後はいろいろと厄介な問題になるでしょうな。どう厄介になるかは一警察官の私には想像もつきませんがね。
フルでリカって少女ご存知ですか？
Oh, that was a very random question you just asked. Non-spoken, or she sat in silence for a
も
while.
うもちろん知ってますよ。
Yeah, she's kind of been
御三
freaking
家の
me
一つ、
out.
古出家の一人娘ですね。
どういう少女なんです？
おやおや、これは意外な人物名にちょっと驚きです。公安では古出家が臭いと睨んでおられるわけで。
No, just her daughter.
私にも情報を分けてくださいよ。
あ、いや、そういうのじゃないんです。ちょっと 気になったもので。
まあいいや。同じ卓を囲んだ友人の質問なら答えないわけにはいきませんからね。
友人と呼んでいただけて光栄です。
で、あのお嬢ちゃんはね、まあ村のマスコットみたいなもんです。村中の誰からも愛されてます。中でも年寄り連中には特に崇められてましてね。
崇められる？
よくは知らないんですがね、古出家に生まれた女の子ってのには多少神聖な意味合いがあるらしいんですよ。ひなみ沢の土着信仰ですがね。お社様の生まれ変わりだとかなんとか、そんな話があるらしいですよ。
お社様。そういえば同盟の登り旗の中にお社様と書かれたものがあったような気がします。何ですか、お社様って。
It's so weird that Don isn't a whole fucking chapter and no one's mentioned Oyashiro yet.
When Oyashiro-sama is not on the
そんな
screen,
便利な神様がいたら
people should be
ダムの
asking
連中は
where
とっくに
is
神罰にやられているんでしょう
Oyashiro-sama.
が、幸い今日までそのバチってやつは一つも起こって
I
ませんが
mean,
ね。
so you mean we
村に
should
あ
have
だ
been
なす大臣
asking
の孫が
for like the entire game except for that one scene in chapter 2?
Shut up.
なんて言いましたっけ。そう、鬼隠し。大臣の孫を鬼隠しにしたと、そういう筋書きになるわけでしょうか。
なるほどな。そういうことになるんでしょうな。
お社様が下した神罰なら、犯人はお社様の生まれ変わりであるあの少女。
Exactly what I was saying. The fact that Oishi laughed it off was a bit of relief. Oishi's joyous laughter was so infectious I began to laugh like an idiot as well. Laugh with me, Griffin. Ha 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 ha. Why aren't you laughing with me? Oishi, after laying the horn several times, rolled down the window, waving his arm in an exaggerated manner. Ah! The car the opposite way. So now we haven't run into any other cars except our own. Despite the sound effects playing. Of all places, it was this desolate location. Do you know she knew the owner of that car? Is it EDA? The car tripped its horn and came to a stop.
入江の先生、こんにちは。
A car window rolled down slowly, revealing a young man in a white overcoat. About my age, or perhaps a bit older. We really can't judge someone by their appearance.
大石さんじゃありませんか。こんにちは。珍しいところでお会いしますね。
そりゃこっちのセリフですよ、先生。まさかこんなところで会うとはね。どうしたんです？
いえね、ちょっとした往診です。
ありゃ、そうですか。休館とかでしたか。
いえ、そんなに大したことではありませんでした。よかったですよ。
お医者の世話にならずに済むなら、それに越したことはないです。
ではこれで。急いで戻らないとスタッフに怒られますんで。
診療所長さんも大変です。ではでは、お気をつけて。
You weren't diddling any young boys, were you, EDA? The young doctor named EDA, after gesturing farewell, drove forwards and soon disappeared around the corner. Or she also drove forwards, but soon came to a stop again. Pulled out a worn map book from the dash. Question didn't have an ounce of irreverence. He was perfectly serious.
どうしたんです？
He's here.
今日は診療所は往診の日じゃないはずです。よっぽどの休館か、特殊な事情のある患者ということになりますね。
She flipped through the pages, opening up to the map of Takasudo. After that, he took a look around and started to figure out where our current location was.
その休館が怪しいということですか？
言ったでしょう。高津戸地区にね、住んでる人なんてほとんどいないんですよ。今私たちがいる道はここ。入江先生はこの道に対してこっちの方向から走ってきたと。
No sense of our surroundings. I couldn't digest anything about the place he was indicating on the map.
私たちは財布の取得場所を目指しています。ちなみに取得場所はここ。でもね、高津戸地区にわずかにある民家に向かうには、そもそも道が違うんです。
つまり、入江医師は民家のない方角から来たと。
山間の段々畑で農作業中に誰かが倒れたってのでない限りね、人が倒れて医者が呼ばれたら、普通は連れ帰って詳しく調べるもんです。でもさっき理恵医師は大したことはなかったと言いましたね。車には他には誰も乗っていなかったようですし。
Well, she didn't say anything more than that. It's really sussy. I said no. Doctor now just examined the patient. Close by. Only that. Neither radio something unquiet. Sky just suddenly turned an oppressive color. She muttered as the night started to rain, and the torrential downpour started, trying not to disappoint him. Eventually, she stopped the car. The sounds break the silence of the percussion of the rain on the roof and the soft squeaks of the windshield wipers.
ちょいと静かで行きましょうかね。
Saying that in a quiet voice, he exited the car without an umbrella, careful not to make any noise. Or she leaned over, indicating the other side of the ticket. He was pointing to a prefabricated shed in the car that was parked. Ah, they found it! Look here for it. Wasn't a vehicle that had been left there for several years.
あの小屋は
営林署の機材小屋です。夏場以外は利用されてないと聞きました。
あの車は営林署の職員。
Akasaka, my dude.
公用車には見えないですね。
At least he was playing cool, but my nervousness was gradually increasing.
一応は念のため。
And now she returned to the car. So he was going to get an umbrella, but he had grabbed the onboard radio instead. Get me 5 billion units to this location. Stat.
聞こえてるかな？こんにちは。こんにちは。
はい、沖宮 PS。大石さん、感度良好です。どうぞ。
今、高津戸地区の営林署機材小屋前です。矢後地に向かう方じゃないよ。南沢から高津戸に入る方の。
はい、確認しました。
小屋に不審者。これより職質します。5分で連絡なかったら駐在所に連絡と大至急応援パトを送ってください。よろしくお願いします。
了解しました。
じゃあ行ってみましょうかね。
He was the first confined here. He had heard the sound of the car multiple times. So he just thought the far-off sound was more of the same. However, the reaction from his captors wasn't until now something he hadn't seen before. They jumped for accidents, shocked by a jolt of electricity, and pressed against the window, cautiously peering outside.
止まったな。
営林署の人間。まずいぜ。
いや、警察やんな。
The captain took the boy by his collar and pressed the blade against his cheek.
お兄ちゃん、ちょい静かにしててな。分かってると思うけど、大声出したりすると大変なことになるからな。
Toshiki was sure the doctor reported things to the police. He felt relief when he saw he was saved, and now imagining his capture the sort of violence, when they cornered, his anxiety remained unabated.
どうする？
時間稼いでる。小僧連れて、ちょい裏から抜けな。ほとぼり冷めたら落ち合おう。
The perpetrators grabbed the boy by the collar and forced him to stand. First, Toshiki tried to resist by feigning his illness and having by his rough treatment, but his captor paid no heed. The door was violently banged upon.
ごめんください。こんにちは。
The door was banged upon again. Slowed down by yelling. And taking that opinion option away from him. The captain waved at the others to go. The young perpetrator nodded in response, and while keeping the boy's mouth covered, he started to head towards the back door.
はいはい。何かご用かいね。
どうも。警察ですがね。ここちょっと開けてもらっていいですか。急な雨で困っちゃいましてね。
ええ、今開けますん。
The moment the lock was undone, Oishi forced the door open. A gleam of menace in his eyes, he pushed the man aside as he stepped into the room. Then, spawning into the room, he was able to quickly discern the boy he was looking for was nowhere to be seen.
あれ？私はここは営林署の機材倉庫だって聞いてたんですけどね。なんにもありませんね。
Once inside the room, that were indicated this was an equipment shed. With only a mountain of blankets, indicating someone was sleeping here alongside empty food packets thrown about.
ああ、ここはずいぶん前から空っぽさね。機材がしまってあるところなんて見たこともねえわ。
でも営林署の建物でしょ。あんた営林署の人？
あんたこそ誰よ。警察？
The two of them glare at each other successively. Both Ooishi and the man steadfastly refused to reveal their identity before the other did. The man, judging from sharp look in Ooishi's eyes, realized it would be hard to talk his way out of this one. No matter what he said, the most time he could buy was probably only a few dozen seconds. When the sound of rain filled the tense moment. Just then, they heard the sound of a struggle from far off. Okay, so they sent Asakasa. Ooishi had a hunch. There was no doubt that Akasaka was circling around the back and ran into the perpetrator trying to slip away. Yeah, that's what I figured. As Ooishi thought that, the man in front of him reacted a moment faster. The man swung with an attack that was more intended to obscure Oishi's vision rather than actually hit him in the face. Seized the opportunity, the man aimed to kick Oishi's groin without a hesitation. He missed his mark, he was unable to land that critical blow. The man trying to pin Ooishi grabbed him by the base of his neck with both hands and fiercely tried to push him down. I read your message, by the way, Griffin. For the people watching at home, he has to stay muted because his wife is snoring. That leg acting as a fulcrum, the man was flung over the falling Ooishi as a circle drill. He then squared off in the pouring rain.
面白いじゃないの。俺とやろうってか？ね。
Ooishi is trying to tear himself off, grinned smugly. Noah stood up, brushing the mud off himself. Even though he counted an assault, Ooishi was getting rather awkwardly compared to the man who Drew swiftly sprang to his feet.
Oi-san! Hayaku!
Asakasa's voice rang out from the distance. Judging from the distance, expressive voice, he already engaged in the fight and wanted Ooishi to reconvene with him. Ooishi's hands were full as well.
Akasaka-san! 申し訳ない! ちょっと待っててくださいよ!
The man raised both fists and stance ahead of him being trained as a karate or some form of martial art. Of course, Ooishi as an officer of the law was decently versed in judo. The Moxie had been taught fair share of fights before. Quite no, because of that, he could tell this man in front of him was quite a bit of better fighting him than he was. Ah, damn it. Thinking that was going to be easy just because this order came from the Sonozaki family to release the hostage had been a big mistake.
なかなか上等じゃないのよ。久々に胃液がこみ上げてくる感じがします。
You're pretty good. Ooishi played off the situation like it was no sweat. Okay, Ooishi wasn't going down easily. The man wildly charged forward, attempting to grab Ooishi. The man managed a successful clinch from his low stance, Ooishi would be tackled to the ground and then to the mountain. Something that you saw often when children fought, but it was a really bad position since he couldn't do much once you were in it. Ooishi responded to that move, also lowered his stance to collide with the man head on. The moment they clashed, Ooishi grabbed the man's lapel. Seeing the lapel upwards, he smashed at the man's solar plexus, the elbow of the same arm. Move from Ooishi's own personal brand of brawling judo. He then grabbed on with his free hand and attempted to throw the point in with both hands. I miss witch fights. The man lowered his center of gravity, swung his arms in a large arc, entwining them with Ooishi's. Now, but he had forced both Ooishi's elbows to the outside. Ooishi, now in awkward position, was in danger of exposing his back with his hand still clutching the man's chest. The guy practiced Aikido, or grappling, didn't he? Ooishi, cursing the fact his fingers were twisting the man's shirt, couldn't get away with releasing the grip. But he's still awkward position of being bent over. Top of that, at zero range. Man will be able to read Ooishi's movements completely as time as sport. And then took the palms of his hands and swiftly clapped them over both of Oishi's ears. Ow.
That's...
Clapping ears in any other martial art except for self-defense was basically forbidden. Karate and Judo didn't recognize that legal technique. It was that much simple and dangerous attack. Oishi raised both his hands and he tried to reflexively clutch at his own ears. But before that could happen, the man wrapped his arms around Oishi's neck. Thick biceps clenched firmly around the base of Oishi's neck like a vice. Oishi instantly thought he was going to be killed. After all, it wasn't hard to believe that a man like this, who was accustomed to fighting, could crush his opponent's neck from this position. But his opponent didn't do that. He chose to keep his hold, forcing Oishi to lose the consciousness. But Ooishi at the moment, even though his face was twitching, was grinning widely. Even though his opponent had a chance to kill him, he didn't choose it. Thinking, this guy has no intention of killing me. However, even though that might be the case, the man's hold on his neck was by no means gentle. For no time at all, Oishi's conscience began to fade. The experience of being taken down Carlos time due to during his student days, Oishi was truly overstated the fact that it was Jover. Akasaka was finally recovering from the intense pain of being kicked in a rather sensitive area. They bumped into the captor carrying the boy in the back entrance. It seen Toshiki Inukai's picture plenty of times, and able to immediately ascertain the boy in front of him real deal with his mouth covered in packing tape. Well, from an experience, it wasn't hard for him to panic about how to deal with the situation. Of course, the perpetrator didn't overlook this momentary lapse. His kick landed squarely in a critical spot, without even having time to call for help. The man flung the boy over his shoulder, headed towards the front of the shed. When he heard Oishi's bellowing voice, he gave up going that direction. By then, he dashed off towards the forest. The way the boy slung over his shoulder wasn't even there. Akasaka was lost for a moment. Meeting up with Ooishi, who was fighting with the enemy, was far from safer often. He couldn't just lose sight of the fleeing man. Akasaka stood up and chased the captive's back. Ran through a short thicket, branches and fallen leaves crunching underfoot. Since the branches raked and clawed at him, small scratches inscribed themselves in the body one after another. He kept on stepping into puddles of mud, and his shoes were filled with murky water. Akasaka traveled through the semi-split forest, but even though an emergency situation, extremely unpleasant.
Tomare! Keisatsu da!
As he said that, he regretted it immediately, as this was but a waste of breath. Well, then, a thief in the world, I would politely stop when told by the police. Okay, sure, I'll stop. Today, boy like Akasaka, running through the forest was an arduous task. However, it must have been no easy task either for the man carrying the minister's grandson. And again, no lost ground in pursuit. Can you get back to composure? Just keep on chasing him. Finding the same conditions. In fact, the man ran into an awkward stride for a moment, far more disadvantage. He couldn't run forever. Until you definitely trip and fall. Unless you trip and fall first, Akasaka. As long as you hounded, he'll definitely stumble. Please don't stumble. Soon his wish is fulfilled. Man who had stepped in something and lost his balance was no longer able to bear the weight of the boy, dropping him. Akasaka honestly didn't care about the perpetrator at all. As long as he could ensure the safety of Toshiki Inukai. The perpetrator off by herself was perfectly acceptable. But it seemed that Toshiki knew that was important to the man's well and didn't just choose to run away empty-handed. Akasaka didn't know what to do in this kind of situation. First priority should probably be to ensure the safety of the boy, so doing his capture would be less important. Grappling with the potential was something planned on. Most likely it was either do or die. Akasaka's moment's indecision proved to be fatal. The man aimed right between, or rather from both of Asuka's eyes, struck out with a jab. Not only that, Asaka's raised both his eyes and shield's face, and the moment the man kicked his unguarded midsection. Block, block underhand, block lower, block low, block low. Opponent doesn't hesitate one bit. When he was seized foot, the man jumped on Asakasa, applying pressure, pushing him down. Asakasa was unable to withstand that. We fell on no second as he was letting that leg go. Two men fell together in a tangled heap. He was able to do so. The other rolled around the ground, floundering about trying to gain an advantage. Akasaka, who was holding his opponent's knee with both hands, that opponent who had complete freedom to move his upper body, were in two different completely situations. Man gained positional advantage to Akasaka, who was still latched on his leg and could move away and pound him with full force of his head with both his fists. Then I found a rock nearby and beat it against Asaka's skull. Swack, swack, swack. The difference between being hit with a fist and being hit with a rock was vast. I'm sure it is, my dude. Akasaka quickly saw to let go of the man's leg to free his hands to protect his head. But if you let go here, the man will get away. If he didn't hit it here, everything would be for naught. The boy he was trying to save was right there. Going to save him and go back to Tokyo. If you do that, then it was goodbye to this fucking village. Bam, crack, thud. Not looking, you can tell my forehead was split open and was gushing blood. I didn't let go of the man's leg. How could I? I won't let go. The man realized that no matter how much he beat my head, he wasn't getting away. He used both his hands to grab my throat to crush my windpipe. Pulled my head back as a slight form of resistance, but it's no use. The man's hands were up my neck and began to crush it like a vice. You both used the same analogy. I was pain about being brave, but it's choking so hard I feel like I was gonna throw up. Felt like my stomach was going to turn itself inside out. But I could only endure it. Why would you just throw up? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. My throat hurts. Ow. Let go, I can't let go. I want to be here. I want to resolve this and go back to Tokyo. I'm so fucking sick of seeing Mizawa. And talk to Yuki. All about our unborn child. We were going to talk about our bright future. The indomitable human spirit. I had no intention of loosening my grip. However, it loosened just a bit and the man's leg came free. The man kicked as hard as possible and I tumbled backwards. My head was spinning, I was unable to get up right away. No, I couldn't even put strength into getting up in the first place. And so I couldn't back down. If I escape now, this chance would never come again. Even just catching this scent was nothing short of a miracle. Is he gonna shoot him? If we weren't able to grab the minister's grandson back here, there would be another chance. Then try to drag boys safe, but the kid was displaying some unexpected resistance, allowing me to get up unnoticed. It might be desperate. Huh?
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Man, moments before he shot. Doc should be able to supplement what meager strength I had left, adding muscle power in my attack. My fist still wrapped around a rock, dug into the side of the man's throat. You really cannot control how your voice sounds when you fuck me out. Man rolled around with butt clutching his side. Free for the man's grip, the boy hid behind me.
犬飼俊樹君がね、君を助けに来た。
Boy, those were the words he was waiting to hear the most. The crisis was still not over. That was because even though he was still clutching at his side, the man had gotten up again and taken a fighting stance. Seeing the man's eyes of resentment and pain I caused him, and confident he could still beat me. If we were to clash head on again, he might not even stop if my head was split open.
これ以上抵抗するな。おとなしく降参しろ。
てめえこそ小僧をこっちへよこすんだ。首の骨をへし折られていか。
誰が貴様の言いなりになどなるものか。もうじき応援が到着する。貴様らに逃げ場などない。
Man acted inversely to the word of reinforcements. It's because he knew now that arguing like this wasn't just a waste of time, putting closer and closer to danger. Letting that the man shifted mental gears almost too quickly.
なら手っ取り早く済ませるぜ。こいつならどうだよ。
And pulled from his back pocket with all things, a gun. Well, of course, I'm a police officer. Not like I don't know what a gun is. I have one point at me with something I never experienced before. I have an idea. He pulls out a gun and points it at the fucking kid's head. So we're about to get this situation.
おとなしく両手を頭の上で組んで、そこにうつ伏せになるんだよ。
次に乗るな悪党。
Villain.
誰がお前に従うか。
こクソバカが。撃たれなきゃこいつの恐ろしさがわからねえかよ。
なら撃ってみろ。貴様の忠誠で応援がここに駆けつけるぞ。
バカが。森の中で、しかもこの雨だぞ。忠誠など書き消える。
As long as he still held that gun, no matter how much I yelled at him, I was at a distinct disadvantage. If only I had a gun on me. If we wouldn't shoot, instead of wasting time yelling at each other like this, I would just shoot him, take the boy. That was fastest and was suppressing any sort of further resistance from him. The man was demanding my surrender without having to fire a shot. Meaning that he either didn't want to shoot or he couldn't. In other words, the man in front of me was soft. I could buy even just a little more time. The fact that leads to my victory when numerous. But he was probably on his way, and if reinforcements were calling before coming here, sure to be well on the way, too. Like that, they should have contacted the local police box. I'll doubt somebody stationed in the village would be here much quicker than that.
くそ誰が撃たれなきゃこいつの怖さがわからねえかよ。
どうせ逃げられやしない。無駄に罪を重ねるな。
The moment I heard the rustling of foliage and heavy footsteps approaching. Before he was coming here, it was a whole new ball game. Man could have more than one gun.
大井さん、ここです。ここです。
Thought that the time was on his side. I failed to even imagine the enemy could also have reinforcements. You could tell the man who had disappeared was one of the perpetrators just by looking at him.
何しよってんだ。はよせんとな。警官来るんで。なん油うっとんしゃん。
くそ。大石さんはどうしたってんだ。
ああ、あんの樽男かい。落としたったら泡吹いとんよ。
大石さんが。くそ。
Boy sensed an impending danger curled up behind my back. How could this be, damn it?
期待してた相方は来ないってよ。ざまあねえぞ。観念するのはてめえの方だ。
Back up against the large tree while still protecting the boy, the second man also pulled out a gun.
2回しか言わんね。頭抱えてそこにうつ伏せになるんよ。
断る。
A shout of protest, blood erupted from my left shoulder. It took a few moments for Edric to say, I've been fucking shot! Ow! You did! One movie keeping the actual gunshot with her was simple and mundane. In fact, the sound was more akin to a small fireworks I used to buy from the corner store as a kid. There was no comparing the pain. Fear you knew after you've been shot. No, I just got fucking shot. Boy in his confusion tucked in my clothes again, agitating the wound even further. I wanted to have a bold face and reassure him, but the voice of course had the opposite effect.
大丈夫。すでに応援は要請してあるんだ。すぐに警官隊が駆けつけてくれる。
警官が来る前に、お前に額にもっぱつくれちゃる方が早いね。無駄な殺生すなっちゅう本家に言われとんか加減しとん。あんまりなめとんと容赦せんとよ。
This was bad. It was very, very bad. I'm very bad at this. The second round's a completely different beast than the first. There's no signs of indecisiveness or mercy. Didn't shoot, he shoot. Wasn't somebody a man like could buy time from. Really hated to admit it, but at that moment the image of Yuki's smiling face crossed back to my mind. You knew what that meant. Wanted myself not to show my life away over a matter of pride. Of course, I didn't want to die here. To start a new life with Yuki, I want to see the face of our soon-to-be-born child. Why should I risk my life for some minister's grandson at such a critical juncture of my own life? Ah, damn it, damn it. I need to stop rambling at myself. So what do I do now? What do I do? Give it the boy and save my own life? What a good idea! Everybody's life is precious. My own life was in danger. Nobody would blame me. Ah, god damn it, it hurts, it hurts. Why did you choose this career path? The biggest calculation though was the sound of the gunshot was far quieter than I imagined. If it was only that loud, it would be drowned out by the rain in the forest. It wasn't something that somebody far away could hear. Oh! Oh! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I'll go. I want to say watch for an opportunity.
Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up.
I completely forgot these existed.
Yeah. Huh. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just you just say it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch for an opportunity.
Shit, shit, shit. Can't afford to die in a place like this. Need to survive and return to Yuki's side. For a moment, I catch a glimmer of hesitation in the eyes of the man holding the gun. Pulls out my own gun and points it towards the kid's head. So maybe I just jump in now. I could. You're so stupid. A flash. Before me grows dark as my consciousness leaves me behind. Slowly my body temperature rapidly came down, burning sensation in my chest turned numb. I realized I had been shot again. Dick.
That's it.
Ah, flame. You get shot, idiot. Oh well. Until then, have a gale. That's how the story ends.
Yeah, that's the end of HIGURASHI.
Man, Griffin, this game sucks.
Yeah.
You think someone actually, like, who played this version with choices actually did that? Like, oh well.
I have no clue.
Like,
I hope so.
okay. Okay. Alright, time to be a bitch. He is not cut out for this job, holy shit.
I'm
very used to Battler sounding like a bitch.
What about Jotaro?
Not so much, but he sounds exactly like Battler.
I'm sorry,
I don't mean to be a dick right now, but I cannot understand a fucking word you're saying. Please stop speaking phonetically.
守ったんだ。男と男の約束しやよ。
守れよ。じゃあ、うつ伏せになるからな。なるからな。約束守るんだから、銃を向けるのやめろよ。やっぱ撃つ気なんだろ。撃つ気なんだろ。俺が撃つついになったら、後頭部を撃つ気なんだろ。
撃たんね。わかった。
Why did he choose this job?
銃はしまってる。男と男の約束しやねえ。どんな。これなら文句ないんて。
Stop yelling at me.
ねえ、極めて文句ないですよ。
It's over in a flash. The moment he lowered his gun, Ooishi didn't let his chance slip by. Ooishi had been assessing the situation with quite some time behind those two men. Since they had their guns trained on me, he didn't really have a chance to jump in. So he didn't look at Oishi's face until he went to create an opening. Okay, so yeah, he saw his face the entire time.
He was acting like a bitch. Okay. You know,
so what about that bad end? Oishi just standing there like...
Yeah, Ooishi was like, I didn't expect you to do that, okay?
What the fuck? Who hired this man? How did he get into the academy? Wham to shoot. Couldn't shoot. Wish he could get the man away while aiming the stolen gun with his left hand pulled his own. Out his own. 2 guns!
大手飛車取りってとこですかね。
Perfectly played.
Guns akimbo.
But he only sees gun points and the men trying to scram as they scatter away full speed. Scatter! It was over in an instant. Two running away without putting up a fight was honestly unexpected. Ooishi quietly clicking his tongue and Monash, slipping both guns into his pants pockets.
あいつらもよく知ってるな。
何をですか？
逃げてる背中を警官は撃てませんからね。私も退職金が惜しいもんで。
Ooishi and I grin at each other.
君が犬飼俊樹君？犬飼検察大臣のお孫さん？
はい。
これはでかい事件になるかな。どうせトカゲの尻尾切りになるんでしょうけどね。
Ooishi smiled amusingly. Fat Golden Fuji Guardian surrounded the son's occupant behind them, was pulling the strings of the parent, proving it wouldn't be easy. With apologies to Ooishi, this instance likely to go public. This caused an uproar while to lead to the minister losing his office. If HQ having decided to do so with a natural interest, it would be cleaned up quietly. It might be a rough way of saying this, but it was born in the shadows and was going to die in the shadows. She probably already understood the implications behind this incident.
とにかく非常線を張らせましょう。連中まだ一丁は拳銃を持ってるようですからね。それから犬飼君を保護して赤坂さんはすぐに病院に行かないと。
Oh yeah, I am bleeding from my head. The pain from the gunshot wound in my shoulder blossomed once again. Oh, and I got shot, right, yeah. Roy was also stinging painfully and got hung off to start fire. And the tension caused me to sweat. I wiped my forehead, but all came off a large amount of blood. The length of my shirt had been stained bright crimson from the blood flowing from my head. He turned around. The boy was safe and sound. Without a doubt. There would probably be an investigation on the men who ran, but that was it for another day. At this point in time, I could safely say we cleared the major hurdle securing the boy's safety. As soon as I recognized that, it felt like the lights in my head had been hit by a power failure. Oh, there goes my legs. Knees buckled from underneath me to the ground, feeling as soft as a cloud. I feel unpleasant even though I was covered in rain-soaked mud. When she came close, asking if I was okay, but somehow I couldn't tell. Turned off the switch to the last light in my head. Ow. Exhaustion enveloped me. Sleep. Something softer than any blanket wrapped around me. My everything hurts.
Well, we actually had an action scene in this one. Crazy.
Yeah, that was boring. I'm gonna say a thing. Mission accomplished. Made a daring rescue. Oh. Patients in the hospital accept calls at fixed times. That's why she wouldn't receive a call from today. Yesterday she teased him getting lonely, so she might have struggled with the idea of calling her sooner. Pretty much imagined rather than he might be too busy to call, because he was just that type of person. Yuki whispering smiled to herself. The announcement of visiting hours were over and played the hospital and calm with some music. Creating pleasantry with the family, the patient, and the stay in a very mood with her. Probably eager for a mother to be discharged, a small child waiting with being inspired. The child's mother present back tonight, which may be a new bore with her sister. They were probably ready to burst with expectations, dreams, and worries having a new sibling. Joys of growing a family. Bathing those warm feelings, they stroked my own belly, which had grown quite large. I talked with him how many children we wanted to have. We wanted to talk with him if there certainly lived. All these people worry would I be able to handle birth that many times.
でもそんなことを不安に思って出産を嫌う母なんていないですものね。
Yuki smiled as she said herself, gently stroked her stomach. The Metropolitan Public Safety Division, the place where the man's sense of justice had led him. The person was actually a very gentle, very fragile person. He didn't talk much about specifics. I didn't think he was suited for the assignment he was on right now. Yeah, he wasn't. As long as he said he was going to try his best, I would watch over him warmly.
あなたのお父さんはね、とっても頑張り屋さんなのよ。こちょこちょこちょこちょ。
Yuki seemed to be enjoying herself as she talked to her own belly. One minute Yuki suddenly became concerned about something and looked out the window. Did he blindly run at a man holding a gun at him and get shot in an alternate timeline like a dumbass? Long ago, in a distant land, Aku, the shapeshift, the time's countryside with a government lived. The Higurashi would fill the air of the chorus. This was the middle of Tokyo. Unlike the countryside, you can hear the song of Higurashi. For some reason, at that moment, Yuki felt sick. She wouldn't hear that song. Oh. That was an hour and 40 minutes. We saved the kid.
A lot longer.
Yeah, it felt very long. Holy shit, that was one of the most boring cop action scenes I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck, Griffin? What is this chapter? Why are we here?
I don't know, but we'll have more stuff next time. More interesting stuff next time. Getting to the parts that the fucking chapter was actually made for.
Couldn't he just have like a bonus thing that just discover what it? I don't know.
Yeah, could this chapter like have been broken up into tips that are scattered throughout chapters 1 through 3? Absolutely. Just key points. You know, that's all we needed is like tips from 5 years before.
I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. I would like to go to bed now.
Until then, have a gay old time, y'all. Peace.